Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tigers. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Jeremiah. Today is Wednesday, October 4th, and it's a B-Day.
Today we've got a yearbook reminder, marching band, mention, and FFA meeting.
First, though, let's wish Nathan Milsna a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nathan.
And we've got a 3 things you should know, courtesy of Kiana.
Hey everyone, I'm Kiana and here's 3 things you should know. Number 1. This past Sunday, at least 59 people were killed and over 500 injured in Las Vegas during an outdoor concert festival. Jason Aldean was on the stage at the time. Stephen Paddock, a 64-year-old man, opened fire onto a crowd from his hotel room in the Mandalay Bay. Police found Paddock had a total of 10 suitcases in his room at the time, which carried hundreds of rounds of ammunition and at least 23 firearms, which he used multiple of during the attack that night. His motives are unknown and being investigated. Paddock was found dead in his room, and it is believed that he killed himself before the SWAT units entered his room. Number 2. There has been a lot of controversy lately in sports dealing with the national anthem. Players have been kneeling, sitting, or even staying off the field during the national anthem, and some people are not so happy about it. As people become more vocal about their opinions, it seems to only make more players and teams join this movement. But whether you agree or disagree, we can all agree on one thing in football: the Packers are the best. And number 3. On Thursday the 28th, ISIS released an audio recording that is allegedly their leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, which would be pretty startling considering he was thought to be dead. Earlier this year, Russia said they thought that they killed Baghdadi in airstrike. Baghdadi was referring to recent events to prove he is alive, but there is no visual evidence, so the tape is being analyzed to prove its authenticity. And that's it, Tigers. 3 things you should and now know.
It's been a very eventful week. Unfortunately,
Maybe we can focus on something a little less stressful.
oh yeah? Like what?
It's National Yearbook Week, so we've got a reminder to buy a yearbook.
You can buy your 2018 BRF yearbook online right now. No waiting in line. Go get
Plus,
it.
if you buy before October 20th, you get the book for the lowest price of the year, $53.
Get it in the link at the high school homepage under students.
The Marching Tigers are going to want a yearbook. They're the feature for last week's yearbook spread.
They've had a busy 2 weeks with their parades. On September 24th, they marched in the Cranfest Parade, and on September 30th, they performed in the Maple Leaf Parade at Oktoberfest.
They placed 4th in the division in lacrosse.
Nice job.
Special thanks to the 2 non-band students who traveled with the band as the banner carrier and tiger mascot.
Another busy group is FFA.
FFA members, we will have a meeting for the cheese and sausage sale during Focus period in the high school ag room on Thursday, October 5th.
We will discuss the best practices for selling, and you will be able to get your sales sheets and beginning selling.
Email Mr. Markart if you would like to attend so he can roost you.
That's almost it, but we have one more announcement.
Here's Mr. Phillips with the forensics.
Holes by Louis Sackar. There is no lake at Camp Green Lake. There once was a very large lake here, the largest lake in Texas. That was over 100 years ago. Now, it is just a dry, flat wasteland. There used to be a town of Green Lake as well. The town shriveled and dried up along with the lake and the people who lived there. During the summer, the daytime temperature hovers around 95 degrees in the shade, if you can find any shade. There's not much shade in a big dry lake. The only trees are 2 old oaks on the eastern edge of the lake. A hammock is stretched between the 2 trees, and a log cabin stands behind that. The campers are forbidden to lie in the hammock. It belongs to the warden. The warden owns the shade. Out on the lake, rattlesnakes and scorpions find shade under rocks and in the holes dug by the campers. Here's a good rule to remember about rattlesnakes and scorpions. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Usually. Being bitten by a scorpion or even a rattlesnake is not the worst thing that can happen to you. You won't die. Usually. Sometimes a camper will try to be bitten by a scorpion or even a small rattlesnake. Then he will get to spend a day or two recovering in his tent instead of having to dig a hole out on the lake. But you don't want to be bitten by a yellow-spotted lizard. That's the worst thing that can happen to you. You will die a slow and painful death. Always. If you get bitten by a yellow-spotted lizard, you might as well go into the shade of the oak trees and lie in the hammock. There's nothing anyone can do to you anymore. The reader is probably asking, why would anyone go to Camp Green Lake? Most campers weren't given a choice. Camp Green Lake is a camp for bad boys. If you take a bad boy and make him dig a hole every day in the hot sun, it will turn him into a good boy. And that was what some people thought. Stanley Yelnats was given a choice. The judge said, you may go to jail, or you may go to Camp Green Lake. Stanley was from a poor family. He had never been to camp before. Did you enjoy this reading? Have you ever had the desire to perform a piece like this, whether dramatic, humorous, or just something you're passionate about? The high school forensics team will be having their sign-up and first meeting this Thursday during Focus in Miss Osborne's room for anyone interested in performance speech. Forensics competitions include 14 different categories to choose from, including poetry, prose, informational speeches, radio speaking, solo acting, group speaking, and much more. Forensics is a fairly small time commitment, with only 3 meets taking place in February, March, and April. Again, there will be an informational meeting and sign-up this Thursday during Focus in Miss Osborne's room. If you are unable to make it and are interested in participating in forensics, come right after school on Thursday or email the coaches, Miss Osborne and Mr. Phillips. Hope to see you there.
So all we have left is lunch.
What are we having?
It's pot roast and gravy.
And with that, we'll wrap things up.
Check your email, check your grades, check your attendance.
And have a great day, Tigers!